If you look around your house, you'll find lots of printed items, clothes, bags, and there are 140,000 people in the UK who are in the printing business. Even your pants have a print on them. So think about what you'll use your design for. It could be a tea towel, it could be clothing. You might use your pattern for wallpaper or even a bag. You'll find prints on architecture too. So to start with, we're going to use a cardboard tube. So cut down the edge of the cardboard tube and then you can cut a pattern in the ends. Here I've done a star. Once you've cut your shape, you paint on the stars and push it into the paper. These are particularly good for making geometric patterns like those you see in Islamic art. The cardboard tube is particularly good for these sorts of shapes, but you might want to fill the shape with a circle, and sponge is very good for that. So you cut out the sponge in the shape that you want after you've drawn on the shape you want. And then you simply push the sponge onto the paint and dab it in the middle of the stars. I'm going to put a smaller shape inside there as well. You can build up your pattern with lots of different prints. Before you cut out your sponge, always draw on what it is you're going to cut out. Here I'm going to cut out a Greek-like shape, and it's a swirl, so it's quite tricky to cut out, but it's worth it in the end. So I get 2 swirls for one, press it onto the paint, and then press it onto the paper carefully. You don't want too much paint, otherwise it splats. Now here I've used some old watercolour that I had. You could use acrylic, you can use poster paint, you could even use old paint that you've got left over from painting, decorating a room, but you'll have to be very careful not to get it on your clothes. Here I'm going to cut out a fish out of the sponge, and to go with the fish I'm cutting my tube down, and I'm going to cut a wave shape into the cardboard. So the tube is going to be like the handle for my printer, and then the end of the tube has got the wave on it. So I paint the wave and then push that onto the paper. And I'm going to do lots and lots of those because patterns are made up of multiple shapes. Think about the distance you're going to put between the shapes. That's just as important as the shape itself. I'm going to reuse my star to make a sunshine, and then I'm using the foam to make fish. Now this is the fun one, potatoes. You want to get half a potato, draw on your pattern, and then using a paper clip, simply scoop out your shape. So follow the lines you've drawn on, and you're going to scoop it out. It's really, really easy. And there's no way of cutting yourself. So you can scoop out holes and you can scoop out lines. Here I'm scooping out a scarab for a scarab beetle. I'm going to do some legs on the side. And then once you've done that, you're going to push the potato onto some kitchen roll to dry it off before you put it in the paint. And you can build up a fantastic pattern with your scarab beetles. There we go. Have fun.